once you figure out how to, like, for example, make $10,000 in a month, you cannot go back. Like, once you have the knowledge of how to do this once, you can do it over and over and over again. Hey guys, and welcome back to the YouTube Business Academy podcast with your hosts, George and Ron. Whether you are a returning listener or joining us for the first time, we're excited to dive into the world of making money on YouTube. Get ready for insider tips and strategies to thrive financially in the digital era. Don't forget to hit subscribe to stay updated on all our latest episodes. So let's get started. Ron, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. Some things going on in the background, but more about that later, maybe. But overall, I'm also looking forward to move again because the weather here is horrible. I think the same is for you. Like, it's freezing there, a lot of snow. You send a video of you like mowing, not mowing, but like cleaning mowing. Yeah. Mowing, like cleaning all the snow. Like, it's crazy over there. So yeah, personally, it's fine, but I would love to see some sun again. What about you?
Yeah, man, everything is good on my end. I'm actually liking the snow. I'm liking the weather. I'm feeling very cozy, and it's
3 socks on.
Yeah, right. The 3 socks on. Now it feels good to just be inside and have like a focus and work. I have also an exciting update regarding.
By the way, you're saying this now, but you're leaving to Monaco tomorrow. So fuck you. That's not true at all. It's easy to say now.
Yeah, it's true. I'm leaving tomorrow to south of France to visit my family. So that's going to be exciting. I'll be there for, I think, 2 weeks. I rented a place to stay. I rented a small car. So I value independence a lot. And it feels good to be able to be independent and to just, pay for your things and have, live, not, it sounds so cliche, but like live life on your own terms. But
I've heard that before, yeah.
But I'm starting to feel more and more how it's becoming like the norm, and I love it. So I wouldn't want anything else. And yeah, but of course, like you said, it's easy for me to say that. But at the same time, I'm really like, the only thing that really gets to you is the darkness. Like, if you guys ever been to Nordic
2 p.m.,
countries,
right? 3 p.m.
Sorry?
Like 3 p.m. it gets dark, or even earlier?
Yeah, like 3 p.m. it's sunset. So after 3, it's dark until like 9, 10 in the morning. So that the darkness is the only thing that gets to you. So you need to make sure you're taking some vitamin D pills.
Yeah.
So if you guys never been and you would like to come, like, to the Nordic countries in the winter, be prepared for a lot of darkness that can get to you.
Exactly.
Yes.
And overall, with the YouTube business?
Yeah. So I'm actually feeling very nice. I'm feeling very good, very focused. For quite some time, my revenue has been quite down on my main channel. What I was building up kind of went a little bit down. So I was a little bit like disappointed and lost. And so I was really trying to figure out, like, what should I do? Like I talked in the last episode, right? And now I finally have a focus. Like, I finally was able to figure out what I want to do. And to me, it feels so good, like just knowing what I need to do and just executing on it, right? So the things that I'm doing, and by the way, I just want to throw it back to the last episode. The tip you gave me about the scripts with the Amazon listings,
Bullet points,
products. So good, man. So good. I was rewatching the last episode. I was such a dumbass with those things.
How are you implementing it? Maybe you can explain like how you're doing it.
I'm implementing it. So basically what I'm doing is let's say that I'm creating a video, titled best, I don't know, noise cancellation headphones, right?
Yeah.
So then what I do is I search first Amazon for noise cancellation headphones. And then I take the first 5 listings that are not sponsored. Basically means that they're top or ranking organically. So then I take those and I take 3 variables. So I take variable number 1 is title, variable number 2 is price, and then variable number 3 is the description, the bullet points, right? So then I say, hey, Chatty, based on these things, create a script that I'll read from teleprompter, blah, blah, blah. And then I say, like, product 1, title, price, description, and then I do that for every single product, right? For 5 products, and then it creates a really nice description. So I'm now in the process of systemizing this. So I'm looking for a person who can help me write these scripts, and just kind of, set up a system that is going to work, where I'm just going to have one little piece of my kind of execution part of the
Yeah.
system, which is like the recording.
For
And a lot of
now. Yeah.
people, and a lot of people might be asking, like, why are you doing the work? Why don't you, outsource it? And that's a fair point. I understand that. And I think at this point, I don't really want to outsource yet, for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is that I do want to like have my cost, my overhead low still. And plus, second of all, I have a very nice, setup studio microphone, and I kind of enjoy doing the work as well. It gives me this like daily practice, like daily,
Yeah.
like in a
Grind.
way, like mastery. What
Yeah.
Robert Greene writes in
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
book. So it's just part of what I do. It's part of my work. I love doing it. And eventually comes a time when, finding a small YouTube creator who can, whom you can send a teleprompter and whom you can train to do this, or having someone in-house is
Yeah.
not
I think
difficult.
it's also part of like it's something new. You're testing something out, so you don't want to
Exactly.
like invest crazy amount of money in the first couple of videos. So it's a really easy way to lower the cost and still execute on the idea. And indeed, you have the setup. So why not? And I was also curious, like with those comparison videos, are you just giving general information, or are you also saying in the video like about in this, like if I check this top 5, I would pick this one, or are you not giving a recommendation at all?
I am. So ChatGPT actually gives a recommendation. Well, it's not really a recommendation. It's more like a guidance in terms of like, hey, if you're looking for a more budget-friendly
Yeah.
option, then
Okay.
you should probably consider this one. But if you're looking for, more features, then you should probably
Yeah.
go for this one. That's the conclusion before the outro. And the interesting thing is that my Amazon associates already like is starting to pick up.
Like
It's
clicks or already commissions.
no commissions.
Nice.
It's already like almost daily commission. So 3 days in a row, I've had commissions. So it's just more kind of consistently commissions. It's not like
Yeah.
it's a one-off thing, but even with very few videos, even that I haven't even set anything up and I have just a few videos ranking, I'm already getting sales. And by the way, the sales that I'm getting, I think are from the AI videos that I did back with the 11 Labs and with HeyGen. So they're not
Oh,
even the
yeah.
one. So they're not ranking. They're ranking, but they're getting so few views. So like I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself, damn, that's crazy. If I'm getting like already quite consistent commissions from Amazon associates with these like not that great AI videos of myself, then what happens when these great quality videos that I'm putting so much more attention for more competitive keywords are going to rank? Like, it's just going to be, yeah, I have a very good feeling about this and I'm so excited. I just need now to have patience, like execution for the next 6 to 12 months. And I like, guys, I don't want to be a big mouth, but I have a very good feeling about this.
I think so as well. Like eventually everything will compound. And if you have like decent like search phrases with actual like good search volume,
Yeah.
like the water bottle thing, like maybe a lot of search volume, but like the cost of the bottle is also lower. But
Yeah.
like people are thinking like when you buy a TV, it's a big purchase, so you want to make the right decision. So it's very logical if people will look on Google or YouTube for like what's the best TV under a specific amount of money, because they can only spend it once in like a couple of years.
Right.
So if you then can pop up for those certain keyword phrases or more expensive items, I
Yeah.
think it can add up pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm also really curious how it will go. Maybe it's like a new kind of niche within YouTube search, that you discovered.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't tell this to anyone, by the way. I
No, only
don't
hope 1,000 people are listening. That's all. Yeah.
guys, if you're listening to this, please don't tell anyone about this.
Yeah.
I want to keep this a secret. Product review videos and connecting search traffic with Amazon. I never told you this. And I can
Yep.
actually
Yeah.
see what I'm selling. I can see what people are buying. So
Yeah. They
people
buy
people
more
have,
also, right? Because it's the full basket,
dude,
basically,
it's
right? What they buy.
crazy. Yeah. So they have sold, I have sold through my links, an Apple Pencil, second generation, an ergonomic laptop stand for desk, a MacBook Pro charger, Pro
It's pretty
case for
expensive. All.
Pro
Yeah.
case for iPad, a Logitech MX Keys wireless keyboard, and a magnetic case for iPhone 13.
It looks like your video that's ranking for this, Let's Getting the Commission, is somehow in like the office space or
Yeah.
workspace related. Yeah.
Hey, quick interruption. Do you want to learn how to make $5,000 per month on YouTube without showing your face or making any of the videos yourself? Well, if that's the case, I've put together a free video training where I show you step by step on how I make $5,000 per month so you can replicate it and do exactly the same. Click the first link down in the description of this episode and check it out. All right, back to the podcast. Yeah, it's so interesting. But how are things on your end? Give us an update. What's happening?
Yeah, in terms of YouTube, YouTube is growing now. I have found, like I was telling in the previous episode, or I think even in the episode before that, that I was focusing on more on volume instead of like higher quality because I was getting uncomfortable with the lower upload frequency. Found a freelancer from the Philippines, great freelancer, great voice. He was like a voice actor, so really awesome. He started making some videos. He did 5 videos and then he left. So that kind of sucks because I like he was really like a natural almost. Like he made some videos and was like good right away, right to the solution. So really good. So he's gone now. So I'm in the on the lookout, on a quest to look more for more freelancers. I'm now talking to 3 freelancers again, and they look promising. But again, like you don't know like how long they will keep working with you because maybe the work there they need to do, they don't like it or they find it difficult. So I think that's part of the game. I've accepted this.
So what do you think is like the takeaway here for people who are listening and watching with the whole this like freelancer kind of ongoing thing, because it's such an ongoing thing. If we look back on all the podcasts we did, this whole recurring thing with freelancers is just like keeps going. Oh, I found a good one and then they last or something happened. Like what's the solution here?
Yeah, I also see it in our close community. Like people put a job post on, and one is replying that looks like a good fit, and then you're like, I found my freelancer finally. Well, things can change quickly because it's also for the freelancer. They're probably living across the other side of the world, so like there is not a really like the only incentive they have is money, and that there is no trust relationship yet. So it's very easy for them to say like, okay, I don't like it, I quit. So that's something you want to take care of in the beginning, like maybe do an online meeting. Like if you have a good feeling of someone and you're like, okay, this one has potential, maybe invest a little bit more in the person's goals, what they want to do, like why do they want to make money, when maybe they want to make money for their family. Get a little bit more invested in the person if you like know they're a good fit, and hopefully you can attach them to your team for a long time, but it's not always a guarantee. So in the end, especially in the beginning, it's just post as many job posts as you can, filter out the best freelancers. Eventually you will find some that will work longer for you, and if they work longer for you, maybe give them a bonus once in a while, pay a little bit more. Like it can be even like a $1 increasement per video. It can be little, but at least show them that you appreciate them, because losing a freelancer, especially if he's working for a long time with you, can be such a pain in the ass, because basically when he's gone, or she, you need to find a new freelancer. And meanwhile, you're not uploading videos anymore, so you're probably losing more money by not uploading than just giving them a little bit more money to keep them satisfied. But in the end, it's part of the whole game, so you better accept it. Like, can't say anything about it.
I think the solution could be, well, what I'm thinking right now is like twofold. One is easier, one is harder. And it comes down to like all like just management, right? Because that's what we eventually want to get to, like management of people, human resource. But one solution is to keep the contract on Upwork and have a third entity. Keep a third entity who is like has a specific deadline and a deliverable. And then there's Upwork that is going to be kind of like the, inspector, right? Making sure that all the parties deliver their work and money. That's the first one. The second one, which I'm really thinking more and more and more about, and I told you this, like, dude, in-house team. Eventually,
it's the next step.
The next team, like the next step. Really, if I want to build a serious business, right? If I want to become a serious entrepreneur business and I want to become a master, right? I want to master this skill. I want to become a manager. Eventually, like you're playing this game called business, right? You're in this business game, right? And so there is a reason why people have offices, right? There's a reason why
True.
Elon Musk said after the pandemic that, hey, everyone better come back to the office or you can leave the job, because there's something magical happens. I'm reading the new Elon Musk biography by Walter Isaacson, and he is explaining how in the beginning stages of Tesla, Elon Musk put both designers and engineers in the same room on the assembly floor line. So
Yeah.
not only are they like they have to basically sit in the same room, because usually what happens is like, designers design something and then they send it over to the engineers across the world or in other room or somewhere across the building, right? And then it takes like 12 hours to get a reply, and like things are slow, right?
Yeah.
But if an engineer could walk over to a designer who is sitting like right across him and just say, what the fuck is this? Right?
Yeah.
It's just
I think
it's just
I,
much
if,
faster.
if it involves more innovation, more creativity, and multiple layers that need to work together, I
Yeah.
get it. So if you're doing like the regular way of YouTube, where you have a thumbnail designer, video editors, a script writer that need to work really closely together, then in-house, I would do it. Like I know the
Yeah.
Dutch guy Wanner, he has an office on Bali with like video
Mhm.
editors inside as well. Then
Yeah.
it makes sense. But for me, like with the search videos, basically one creator can make a full video and that's
Yeah.
all they need to do. Then for me, like, like I'm now selling my warehouse, like getting stuff in house, getting an office. It sounds nice and it's cool, can be very cool, but it's
Yeah.
also can also be a headache.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like for innovation and creativity, and if you have multiple people that need to work together for an end product, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
There is a trade-off for anything in life, right? Everything has there's two sides to the coin always, right?
Yeah.
You can get, if you're not having in-house, you can get, not so much overhead, not so much commitments, you're like digital, everything is flying
Yeah.
in the clouds, great, right? But then the cost of that, the downside is that, people are not committed, it's really hard to do the whole
Yeah.
management, etc. But I think eventually, like, let's say that I'm placing this bet on the product review videos, right? So I'm building a media company that is going to be creating product review videos of high grade quality that are going to help people make a purchasing decision. We are going to be a partner of Amazon, and we're going to be a partner of YouTube, right? That's how I like to see it, right? I want to sound like that
Yeah.
it's very, very serious, right? I want to take this shit seriously. So then let's say that like my goal right now is to figure out I told you, the LTV, the lifetime value of a video, right? So let's say, for example, because there's two parts to it, right? There's the cost, how much I'm paying for the video, and then there is how much that video is going to make me over 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, whatever, over the lifetime. Like, so I need to calculate number one, okay, how long does that video gonna live there? Like, how
Yeah.
long is it going to be relevant
And
for?
it varies. It will be an average.
Of course. So I need to
Yeah.
find the average, and then I need to find out, okay, how much on average each asset that I produce, a video, is going to generate me, right? Because some videos are going to generate me like, thousands of dollars, and some videos are going to generate me zero, right? So then I take the total number of videos divided by the total number of revenue created, and then I'll be able to calculate. But once I have that number, what I will be able to do then is I will be able to eventually build a small team, maybe in-house, I don't know, let's see. That's kind of like what I'm thinking right now, the vision I'm having in my head, where I will say, okay, you will be researching the products and writing the scripts. You will be the in-house video editor. If I don't like the quality of the video, I'm gonna go across to your table and slap you across the face and
If
do
you're not traveling.
redo this.
Yeah.
What you can also do, by the way, is you can, for example, let's say that you and I, we end up just traveling all the time. Like we're gonna be on the road like half of the year, right? And one of the reasons, why can't we have a hybrid version of an in-house team that is coming with us on the road?
It can work, but
I don't know.
like the thing is, you need to have be of a specific size that it all makes sense. Like if you
Right.
indeed know like how much your video will earn on the long term, you have some data to back it up. an in-house video editor, an office will pay for itself, because you will know the videos they will be creating this week will eventually pay off for all the extra costs you're bringing in, basically.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it should also be like a personal decision for yourself. Like, how do you see yourself as a businessman? Do you see yourself with an office, having employees, like an offline world, basically? And if that suits within your ideal picture, yeah, then it can work.
I would love to travel kind of with an entourage, but at the same time, these people are also helping me run my business. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
let's say that I have like 3, 4 people, right? Then I have a company. The company is paying for all of our expenses, right? We are a media company. We travel with, equipment like laptops and camera and lights and whatever, right? We are in the business of publishing, so we are doing, podcasts, and
So
we're
no
creating
office then.
product review videos. Well, the thing is, what is an office? Office is a physical location where people gather together, right?
Yeah, where the setup is there, it's basically plug and play.
Right. That's
That's
the
how I
thing.
see.
So
Yeah,
so there are two parts to it. There's the people part and there is the setup part. The plug in your there's fast
and of
internet.
course they one very important thing. They also want them to come with you. Like they also
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
family, friends.
Okay, okay. I think I might be maybe dreaming a bit too much.
Yeah, it can
But
work. You need to find the same
if
people then. Yeah.
if for example, any of you guys watching or listening this would
For
would
real.
love would love to have like a digital nomad lifestyle for not all the time, but let's say for, I don't know, let's try for 3 months, right? And you are very good at something. You're very good at video editing, or you're very good at something. Like, not necessarily reach out and like propose, but like let us
Fuck up work. You're getting people through the podcast. It's pretty smart. Yeah, you never know.
you let us know, because like
Yeah.
I was listening to Michael Rubin. Michael Rubin is this American entrepreneur businessman who runs. Oh, I forgot the business he runs, but he basically they create all the merch for all the sports teams in
Okay.
in the US, and he's worth like 11 billion or something insane. And yeah, he was basically talking about, oh, I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. What were we
I don't know
talking
him
about?
either.
What were we talking
Before
about?
that,
Yeah.
the in-house team, like people traveling with you, you were trying to scout the podcast listeners to maybe work for you.
Oh, right. Yeah. He was basically talking about how he's a super social person, and a lot of his time he spends interviewing people, right?
Yeah.
Because he is always on the lookout for the most brilliant people. And I feel, as moving forward, right? For example, as money becomes irrelevant, as money just becomes this resource that you use to attract talent, I
Yeah.
feel that more and more I'm going to adapt more of that mentality, as in like, hey, I'm on the lookout for the best people in the industry. If you have a bright mind and you specialize in something, like, I want you to come work with me. I want you, because you can only do something with a team. If you
Yeah.
imagine, like, you will not be able to win a championship if you're a single player on a team. You need to have
True.
team. You need to have people playing together in order to reach something.
Yeah, but if you really want to build a really good team, the people that you're looking for are probably already working for a very good company. So you probably need to take them away from a place where they're already working. What I see, like on places like Upwork, and like people are, I think, on a different level. I know some YouTube automation guys that are like with big channels. They're looking for the best thumbnail artists, the best video editors, because they know like they have an audience. The video needs to be perfect because the money will return to them. And then
Yeah.
mostly find people on Twitter or on x.com, and they try to like get them from different teams that are already like they're already high performers. Like if you're a high performer, you want to work for a high performance
Yeah.
company as well. So yeah.
That's what Jeff Bezos did as well. I mean, who was it? It was David Rubenstein was interviewing Jeff Bezos, and he was asking, "What is the coincidence that two of the richest people in the world live in the same neighborhood? Because they live in this like Medina place somewhere
Yeah.
in the U.S. in Washington, I think." And he basically explained that, like, That was a strategic decision for him to place the Amazon headquarters in the same town as Microsoft, because he knew that there is already an existing pool of high performing people that he can scout potentially to Amazon as well.
Yeah,
How cool is that?
that's smart. But it's also like once you have found the talent, keeping them is also very difficult. I have read the book about Netflix. I forgot the name. But basically, Netflix had a policy like because Netflix was such a big name in the whole business industry, people working there were like getting targeted by headhunters to work for a different company. And Netflix had a policy like, hey, if you get reached out to a headhunter, let us know. Let us know the offer they give you, and we'll give you the same offer or more to keep them within the team.
Wow.
So that's also like it's in the end, it's all about the team and the people
Yeah.
you're working with to have a great end product. So it's pretty interesting.
And then like, and now I'm really starting to understand all these management and like self-help books where they talk about how like, attracting uh talent into an organization, and then like retaining talent, like what's the culture, what's the mission, right? It all sounds kind of very unimportant when you're just starting out. And yes, I agree, because there's so many more important things to learn. But once you start to go to that next level, then you really start to think about like, okay, we're getting great people, but there are other people who are out to get them as well. How do we retain them, right? What are the incentives that our organization offers them that is going to be very hard for them to leave? That's why,
Yeah.
you see companies offering all kinds of different benefits, kindergarten for Google, and
Yeah.
bring your pets to the office. There's a daycare for them as well, and haircuts and massages and whatever. So they're basically creating this environment that like, hey, perform, and you're going to have all these benefits, and it'll be very hard for you to leave because this is an amazing
Yeah.
place to work.
It's basically if you have employers, you want them when they're on a birthday party, people are going to ask them like, hey, what do you do for work? And they want to be proud of what they do for work. And basically,
Yeah.
you need to have such a company that people would love to work for and get their energy from, and like they can grow as a person. So so they're proud to tell a birthday party what they do. I think that's like the ultimate
Yeah.
goal. And yeah, that's very difficult to manage online. Like I've tried it before with my e-commerce company, like 3 years ago. I had like a team of like 5 people, all from the Philippines. I had like all the mission written out and the vision, and like it's an ergonomic pillow company. So we're gonna help people live a comfortable life and blah blah. And we
Yeah.
had
They
like a
don't
weekly
care.
we had like a weekly meeting, and but it's very difficult because you really need to pull towards them because I send them the actual products and that kind of stuff, but it's different because you're not
Yeah.
all together in a room brainstorming or maybe meeting the actual end user, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty difficult to do online.
I really want to evolve into a more serious businessman, into a more serious company structure, into a more serious. I want to grow as an individual, as an entrepreneur, and I want my businesses that I'm in to grow with me as well, Starting with a mission. That's what Elon Musk does as well, because I'm reading this book right now. And he basically first starts with a mission, and then he reverse engineers it and figures out how to make sure that this thing that he's starting is going to generate profit so they can actually keep it running and pay
Yeah.
people and so forth. And then I think, and the reason also I think why figuring out your mission is important as well is because you can then get people to come along with you for the journey and not just for the money. Because they talk
Yeah.
about these extrinsic and intrinsic motivation, right? So extrinsic motivation is money, right? And what happens a lot of the time in the online space, if you're working for freelancers, they the main motivation is the extrinsic, is the money, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, of course.
They need to
But
pay their
if you're,
bills.
yeah, everybody got to pay their bills, of
No.
course. But I feel like if whenever you're trying to go to the next step, whenever you're trying to build something serious and like really big and meaningful and impactful, that's when the thing that you're doing needs to have a mission, and you need to bring people along the way, and you need to dream big. No one wants to come along for the ride for something that is that is like not exciting.
True.
Everybody wants to have an exciting life. Everybody wants to be part of something exciting as well. So if you go to a theme park, for example, and I say, hey, Ron, let's go for a ride, but let's go to that kids ride. You're going to be like, no, man, let's go to the biggest ride, So that's the same
Yeah,
thing. People don't want to go to the kids rides. People want to go to the craziest ride and be part of that.
true. But there is like a step before that. Like I think before you can actually like figure out your mission and you have the time to think about the vision, what you want to go for, what you want to aim for in your life. You first need to like have your bills fixed. You can need to pay your bills. You have you need a monthly income stream to basically think about those things. And if you
100%.
then decide to build something bigger and you want people to join your team, then you need like already a big bag of money to pay those people or have the
Yeah.
investors behind it. And that's like another step. Like having the mission and the vision, like there are so many ideas that people have every single
Yeah.
day, but often don't work in reality. Like it all sounds nice, but I would take it like first fix your monthly income. Make sure you don't have to worry about your bills, and then dream whatever you can. Try to achieve whatever you want to achieve, because then it makes life much easier instead of like thinking about your vision and mission without, and meanwhile stressing about paying the bills. It's
I
like a next
agree with
step,
you.
I think.
I agree with you 100% because you need to keep in mind, I've been at it for like 8 years, right?
Yeah,
And sure, I had thoughts about like missions and visions, right? But it was more about like trying to figure out how to pay my bills and survive
exactly. Yeah.
and stuff like that, right? So I 100% agree with you. You first got to help yourself before you can actually start thinking about bigger things, right? And for you guys as well, like it just depends on very individually where you are in the journey, in your entrepreneurial journey. So if you're already in a position where you are starting to get these thoughts just naturally, like it's about the thinking, it's about the mind, like how advanced, how developed your mind is becoming, like what level are you at? There's levels to these things, and you need to take it one step at a time. If you're just starting out, okay, figure out how to make your first dollar online. That's the first step. Don't think
Yeah,
about missions. Don't think about visions. First, a dollar. Okay, great. You figure out how to make a dollar. Great. Figure out how to make 10, 100,000, 10,000. And then once you figure that stuff out and you're like, okay, because I also was telling my friend this the other day, the good thing about this, right? Because there's so many risks involved. There's so much uncertainty. But
yeah,
once you figure out how to, like, for example, make $10,000 in a month, you cannot go back. Like, once you have the knowledge of how to do this once, you can do it over and over and over again.
that's true. Yeah,
So it's not like
and
you're
you get
gonna,
used to it. That's also the
yeah,
thing.
it's not like you're gonna, get worse over a sudden, and you won't, and you will gonna lose this knowledge, or you're gonna have this like blank space. It's
Yeah,
like,
or you will get comfortable, which is also really risky, because
but
you're like,
that's,
oh, I now made this money, now I can lean back a little, which is also fine. But like on the long
mm,
term, you eventually want to keep building. Like if you're not learning, or if you not keep learning and evolving, then eventually you will go back. I think in terms of revenue or income,
yeah. I think that also depends on your goals. For example,
of
like
course.
let's say someone has a goal of making, let's say, $10,000 a month, right? So with a little bit of work, right? So they don't have to worry about money, bills, everything is kind of paid
Yeah,
for, right? They have a little extra income, and they just want to be a writer. They just want to spend their whole time reading and writing. That's fine. There's nothing
true.
wrong with that.
But building up to 10K a month consistently for years to come and not working as much, then you need to have a lot of leverage. Like with YouTube, it's possible. But I think if you have like a normal job that you need to check in, or it's very, very difficult to achieve 10K per month, I think.
It's very hard to build wealth having a
Yeah.
job, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because even just not from the point of like, whatever, it's just even from the tax perspective as well. Simple as that. When you have a job, tax wise, you are screwed.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking to my accountant about this, because most people, like, think about it this way. This is a big revelation for me. I like a couple of months ago. When you get a salary, when you get a paycheck per month, you get taxed on that salary first.
Yeah.
So let's say that your brutto or gross is 3K, right? And then you are charged in Nordic countries is a lot. So you get, I don't know, 2.2 thousand euros or dollars into your bank account after tax.
Yeah.
So you're making 3K, but no, bro, you're not making 3K. You're making 2.2K. And I'm like, and I don't get these people who are saying that. It's like, dude, you're not making 3K. You're making 2.2 because that's not your money.
Yeah,
Right?
it's not added to your bank account. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
that's
no, no, no.
the 2.5K will be added. Yeah.
Yeah. That money goes to the government. It doesn't belong to you. You might, on paper, it might say you make this much, but it doesn't get added to your net worth. So you get taxed first, and then on every purchase you make, you're paying VAT again.
Yeah.
It's just tax on tax on tax.
Yeah.
It's like
this?
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's insane.
And when you're an entrepreneur, when you say, okay, I'm a sole proprietor, I'm an individual business, right? I'm a one-man business. You can just register yourself as a sole trader or whatever. Every country has it, right? Over a sudden, the rules of the game changes.
Yeah.
Now it's like you make the money first, okay? Then you buy things without VAT, and then the things that you buy get excluded from your yearly profit, and then only from what is left, then you're paying the tax.
Yeah.
So you get to decide how much tax you're paying by buying all these things. So, if you need to go to Spain and have tequila shots for business meetings, that is going to get excluded from your profit.
But there's also a risk because you lower your profit as an individual. If you want a mortgage, for example, they're going to say, yeah, you made no profit. You can get a mortgage. So
that's
it's nice. Downside. But if you want to build a long-term, maybe, or like on the long term, we will build a family, buy a house, it's difficult. So what I think is crazy, like in the Netherlands, if you make like 100K a year, which of course is a lot of money, I agree. You probably work a lot of hours and you're in the highest income bracket of tax bracket, which is like 51 or 52%. Every month you're basically working like out of the 4 weeks, 2 weeks per month you're working for the government, which is insane. And of course I'm all for like paying tax and that kind of stuff, but like the half of the month is like not for you because you're in the highest bracket and you're taking like a lot of risk as well, especially as an entrepreneur. I think that's kind of crazy. But I also wanted to give something away because the last time we did a giveaway with a free PDF at the end of the podcast, a lot of people DM'd you. And I thought about giving something away as well, like a small training. Since we're also talking about like first taking care of yourself, making money to pay your bills, and maybe then you can go to a next level and think about, okay, what's my vision? What's my dream? Where I want to go as a person? So I have the whole blueprint outlined in a video with a diagram, how like the whole YouTube search game works. So how you can make money on YouTube without showing your face, without making the videos yourself, by leveraging freelancers for less than $3 a video. And it shows like the whole process, step by step, which steps you need to take, how long each steps take, and how much revenue you can expect after certain months. So if you want to have this blueprint in video form, please send George on Instagram the word, let's say blueprint, and we'll make sure to send you over the video.
That is wonderful. I love it. Yeah. Thank you, Ron, for giving away this blueprint.
You are welcome.
But great episode. I hope you guys found it valuable. I have one little request for you guys. Can you please let us know either in the comments on YouTube or reach out to me on Instagram as well and let me know what you would like us to talk more about? Like, do you find these podcast episodes interesting? What is it that you find about them interesting? And what is the feeling that you get when you listen to this, right? Because different people get different feelings when they listen to different podcasts, right? You might have a podcast that you want to listen to when you want to feel, entertained. You want to listen to this podcast when you want to feel inspired. So what's the feel that we give off? And what's the reason that you tune into us? And what is it that you find interesting? And what other topics we could talk about? So please comment down below. Let us know. DM me on Instagram. Let me
And
know
be
as well.
honest.
Oh yeah, you can tell us
Yeah.
that we suck as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Awesome.
Ron, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate this.
Yes, thank you
And
too.
thank you guys so much for watching, listening, subscribing, and we'll see you in the next week's episode. Ciao.
Yes. Bye bye.